Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited because we're back at Silver Dollar City to check out Bluegrass and barbecue. And today we're going to be doing something extra special. We're going to be doing a tasting passport. Now, last year whenever I came here and tried a tasting passport, I was just blown away by all the incredible flavors, so I had to come back to the park to see what kind of barbecue treats that they had. So let's look to see what's available, but first let's go inside the ice cream shop and pick up our pass. Okay, we just left out of the ice cream shop. We picked up our Bluegrass and Barbecue Festival tasting passport, and oh my goodness, there are some amazing treats on here. Now, the tasting passport is one of those things that allows you to sample your way around the park, so you can pick up all sorts of tasty treats at a variety of different spots. And they have everything from the Wagon Works Grill and Dockside Grill to Crossroads Pizza, all the way down to even cakes and cones. So as we kind of go through, we're going to try some of the yummy yummies in our tummies and pick up 5 tasting items. Now, a few things that we need to know about the tasting passport before we get started. The tasting passport allows you to try many different treats along the way, but these are not going to be full-size items, so they're going to be slightly scaled down. So if you're thinking, oh my goodness, that's just so much food, I'm never going to be able to eat 5 full meals, don't worry, this is why they have this, so you can kind of get an idea of what all the park has to offer in a very special way. Now, what I like to do is actually split my tasting passport over a couple of days, and along the way I also pick up my season pass holder mug and get cheaper refills. So I basically just eat my way through the park and enjoy every single minute of it. And you can too. Let's go find out what's on the menu. Now, something I always recommend before you come to the park is to download the Silver Dollar City app. And they also have free Wi-Fi here, so this is going to make you navigating around the park a lot easier. Something I like to do with this app when I'm doing a tasting passport is go to the dining options, and then I can kind of go and find what I'm looking for. And whenever I find what I'm looking for on the passport itself, I can then go and click on the link and get the exact directions. So if I was going to the Dockside Grill right now, I could go and get directions. It's going to show me a map, so I can literally use this to navigate in the easiest path of least resistance instead of just getting lost on the park. This looks like a good place to start at the Rivertown Smokehouse. Let's go and see what is on the menu for the tasting passport. Actually, guys, let's instead go to one of the smokehouse shacks. So they have these little outlets of the Rivertown Smokehouse that are like this right here. And here they have something called Crazy Corn. Let's go check it out. Okay, when you see Crazy Corn on your tasting passport, they have 4 different kinds: smoky, Parmesan, cheese, Mexican street, bacon jalapeno, and buttered with seasoning. So I'm gonna be getting one of those today. I don't know which one yet though. Okay guys, we picked up our first punch of our tasting passport for the Bluegrass and Barbecue season, and I am so excited that we elected to do Crazy Corn. Now, I love elote, and so when I saw Mexican street corn, I was like, ooh, yes, sign me up, please. Now, these are all fire grilled over the little grill down here, and it's so cool to go over there and just like see them grilling up your yummies. But this has a large amount of chili flakes on it, and oh, it smells so good. Let me show you what it looks like up close, and then we'll take our first bite. As you can see, it looks delicious, so now it's time for the taste test. The real thing that all of us are waiting for: how does it taste in the mouth? Yes, we all want to know that, because after all, this festival is about bluegrass and barbecue. So this is our first bite, and I probably should have got some napkins. This is definitely going to be a napkin situation, and I failed. And ooh, oh yeah, napkin situation. Maybe we'll do well with this. I don't know. Oh yeah. You can definitely taste the hints of spice as you hit those chili flakes though. This is like a party in my mouth to kick off the day. I might also kill a few taste buds, but that's okay, that's okay. Spicy, delicious, and what they put on top of this is like a cheese. So it's like a cheese, and then it has like a butter base to it. Really flavorful. Yes, it continues to resonate on the tongue. Failure on my part, but so good. I'm gonna finish this off and then give you my final thoughts on this one. Then we'll get off to our second punch. Oh my goodness, that was so delicious. It was so creamy, and even though there was the spice of the pepper flakes, it was still so yummy. And honestly, if I had to come back and eat this again, I definitely would. This was delicious. Now, something else that is commonly asked when it comes to the tasting passport is it a good value? You pay approximately $32 for a regular tasting passport. If you do have a season pass, you get a discount. So today I picked up my tasting passport for $27. Now, on average, whenever you're looking at your different items, you can see what the full price is for a full portion. And so, like for example, the street corn that we just had, a typical portion is exactly the portion that we received today, and it's normally $8.99. So that's a pretty good value. But let's see how some of the other things stack up. We have a lot of eating to do. Let's get to it. I love also that outside of each one of the places that has something on the tasting passport, you can see not only what they have on the menu regularly, but on top of the item that is featured, it will have the little logo of Bluegrass and BBQ. So here you can actually pick up a barbecue pizza at Crossroads. Now, am I interested in that? Absolutely. Do I want it right now? I don't know. Let's keep looking. Okay, where are we going to eat next, guys? Where are we going to eat next? Okay, since the line is now non-existent, we are going to go into the smokehouse, and tasting passports go to the right. So here we go. Ooh, look at all the delicious looking food. This looks fabulous, and I think today we're gonna get the barbecue pulled pork bowl. So this again is the bowl. I'm super excited. I watched him make this. There are layers upon layers of flavor under this, and I was prepared this time. I got napkins, guys. I got napkins. Now we have one of the best seats in the house right here. We are under the shade right next to Mystic River Falls. So in other words, if you hear a random scream, that's what it is. It is not someone having something crazy happen. In fact, we might hear some screams pretty soon because there are some boats coming around right about now. Now, this is going to be delicious because they have molasses baked beans. They have delicious pork. They have these little crispy, crunchy, like I think jalapenos or peppers on top. I'm not sure. It just looks really, really delicious. And this is a huge portion. Now, it may not look like it, but this is weighty, super weighty. So it's all topped with this lovely, amazing deliciousness of barbecue, and it looks like it has some tots on the bottom. So without further ado, let's dive into this a little and see what's in these layers. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm seeing the tots like right here, and then on top of that is some of the pulled pork and also the corn right here. So we're gonna be having corn again, guys. Oh my goodness. And then there are those beans kind of right below that. And okay, so it's all built up on this tater tot bottom. So there's like 5 or 6 different layers here to work with, and all of them, as you can see, are just, oh my goodness, just layer upon layer of delicious different flavors. So whenever this is all melded together, we're gonna get the perfect bite. I'm not gonna be able to dissect this and eat each individual piece. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is just try to scoop as much together as I can over into this corner and then just pick it up and see what we got going on here. Okay, so that's a little bit of everything. A nice big hefty bite there. And now it's time for us to do the taste test. I think you can now see why it takes me 2 days to eat the entire 5 punches on the tasting passport. The portions, even the ones that are scaled back a little bit, large and in charge. Yeah, so with no further ado, oh my goodness, I'm already dropping things. Oh no! I agree with them. Ah! Here we go. Oh my goodness. The barbecue sauce is sweet, and with the molasses baked beans, oh my goodness. Those two flavors by themselves, if I were just to eat them together, would be so good. But then you add in the potato that gives you a little bit of an absorber, and definitely good. I'm trying to get a hold of one of these little crispy pieces. Oh, ooh. That is very, very good. I would like to eat that on top of like a salad too. That would be a perfect bite. But I think that with all of this kind of together, the more that I mix, I'm just sitting here mixing it all up, guys. The more that I mix, the more that the flavor just comes out and pops in my mouth. Oh my goodness. This was a good value. This was a very good value for punch. I'm just saying, this is enough to, we're gonna have to walk around after this. That's all I can say. I'm gonna eat a little bit more of this, and then we'll talk about it as we kind of do our recap. Okay guys, I normally don't do this, but the food is now officially beating me. So I'm 1-1 with the food right now. I struggled with this one a lot because there's just so much there. So if you do get this, I would recommend that you come here first while you're still super hungry, or make this your primary meal because it's big, it's large, and in charge. Now this is one of those dishes that if you have a buddy with you, it's gonna be way better because you can split it and then just keep it moving off to your next taste. However, for me, oh my goodness, it made my belly so full because all of the ingredients together are just filling by themselves. But when you put them all into this wonderful little bucket of happiness, oh my goodness, so tasty. In fact, you really can't go wrong with the riverfront. It's always really good. But this bowl in particular, I definitely think is one of my favorite things I've ever purchased here. It is so good. But again, I think I need a friend whenever I take on the tasting passport. This is a bad thing, guys. I'm traveling solo and I couldn't eat the whole thing. And we're talking, I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to free up some room in my tummy, but there is none. This was so filling. Again, you know, guys, this is where we sat down and they have tons of room here in this area. So if you are interested in coming to a nice shaded area, this is a great one. Okay, so now that we are completely full to the brim, it's time for us to walk it off. We have some walking to do. And while we're at it, I'm going to show you a few views of the park here at Bluegrass and Barbecue. As you can see, they have a lot of different decorations up for this particular festival. It's absolutely beautiful. And I will be doing a full video of all the cool acts that you can see while you're here, in addition to all of the wonderful things that you can find while in the Silver Dollar City area. So, without further ado, let's walk it out. Okay guys, so I'm back for day 2 of the tasting passport because I could not finish all 5 punches, but I came with someone else to help me out this time. In fact, you might recognize this lady right here. This is Nomadic Nanny, and she's gonna help me taste my way through Silver Dollar City. You have never been here before. Are you excited?
Never. I've never been here.
We get to show her the park. Let's go. Okay guys, we are 3 punches away from completing our tasting passport, and if things go well today, then we will leave here super full. And we may, if we're still a little bit hungry, pick up another one of these because there's 2 of us. So the first thing that we're gonna do is head down in this direction right here. We are going toward where the Red Gold Theater is, and along the way there are several stops that we'll want to take in. Okay, first stop of the day is the Dockside Cafe, and we are going to get an ancho skillet, an ancho chili skillet. So this should be super yummy. Now you can see what's going on back here. That is what the skillets look like when they're being made. Oh my goodness, it smells delicious. So let's see what it looks like on the tasting passport. Okay, so now we picked up the ancho chili skillet, and this is going to be one of the mini skillets you can find here in the park. I love that they have so many different kinds of skillets, and as you go from place to place, they have different combinations. So this one looks like it has a little bit of barbecue sauce on the top, a little bit of pulled pork, or actually, is that pork belly, I think? That's pork belly. And then we have the potatoes and a few little spicy peppers in here, and then they top everything off with a little bit of that delicious cojita cheese. So this should be so good. And of course, we picked up some refills to start off our day here in the park. I have some sweet tea because that goes great with barbecue. Now, Shanine.
Yes.
Are you excited about today?
I'm very excited about today.
Now, whenever you dive into this in just a minute, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting the bite of cojita cheese with the pork belly, and I hope I get a slice of potato with it.
Yay! Well,
very much excitement.
This is gonna be so good. And again, guys, look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, it is time. It is time. And here we go. I'm gonna dig in just a little bit. This is a nice fried potato, which is, oh, so good. I have a jalapeno, and of course we have to get a piece of the pork belly. So this is what our bite is looking like right here. This is gonna be delicious. Of course, we have a little bit of that barbecue sauce in there also. So let's see what we think. Okay, guys, I am excited. I am excited. The pork belly, guys, the pork belly. I am not alone in my sentiments of doing this though. Oh my goodness, hang on. What did you just think about that?
The pork belly is good. The barbecue sauce is totally different from a Texas barbecue sauce. And it's got a kick, not just the ancho chilies, but there's a kick in that sauce, I think.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a pepperiness to it.
I love it. I'm living for it right now.
It's super yummy.
It is super yummy, and I'm gonna fight her for that big piece of pork belly right there.
See, guys, this is why it's so cool to bring a friend, because you get to split dishes like this and have varying opinions. But at the end of the day, I think that the common consensus is always, this is so good. Now we're gonna eat a little bit more of this, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on this particular dish, but I'm gonna keep it over here for just a minute so I can make sure that I get a little bit more of the pork belly, because Nomadic Nanny, she's gonna take it if I don't. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, that was delicious, and now we're off to get our next bite. But along the way, we're gonna take in some of the scenery here at Bluegrass and Barbecue. Okay, so we are off to get refills in our cups, enjoying some of the hills and the shows. So many cool things to do here, but it's almost time for our next bite. So we're debating on what we want, but we think we might have figured it out. Now we just went to Crossroads Pizza, and they do have a smoky barbecue pork pizza here on the tasting passport, but we just decided that we were going to fill up our drinks and picked up some sweet tea, because the sweet tea here in Silver Dollar City is good. Now at Crossroads, they have a very nice outdoor seating section also, so if you're looking for something that's shaded on a super hot day, come here. But also inside they have a very wonderful, amazing seating section with air conditioner, so keep that in mind also. Now I think we're gonna go and see another show, but you'll next see when we are picking up our next tasty bite. So you'll have to watch my other corresponding video to see what show we watched. Okay guys, we have moved on to our fourth punch, and we decided to try out some of these delicious looking tater twists. Now these have barbecue and coleslaw on top. It looks like there's also some baked beans in here. I bet that they're very similar to the molasses baked beans that we had at the smokehouse the other day. This is a great portion size, and there's two of us today, so maybe I will not lose at this food mission. I gave it a little time, I walked around a little bit, and now it's time for us to eat. But first, we must check in with our friend to see what she thinks about how this looks. Okay, what are you thinking? What do you think about how it looks?
It looks delicious. It's like, if I had bread, I'd cram it all in and make a sandwich.
Now these little tater crisp things, they are absolutely delicious usually, and you can put different kinds of like seasoned salts and things like that if you eat them plain.
Yeah.
But they also do these like bowl kind of things throughout the regular season. But this is very special because of Bluegrass and Barbecue. So I'm gonna let you take the first bite and see what you think.
Oh no, and there's brisket on it.
Yes, brisket is in there. Get a nice little hefty bite of perfect happiness.
Oh my God.
Are you melting in happiness right now?
The potatoes are crunchy and the brisket is tender.
Ooh.
So you get that all at once. Like you have to do a whole thing.
So what we're gonna do then is we're gonna try to get the perfect bite where we get a potato and a little bit of the beans and a little bit of the brisket and a tiny bit of the coleslaw, because that's gonna be like that neutralizer that's gonna bring it all together.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it out. Let's see what I think. Okay guys, I'm not gonna use my fork for this one. I'm just gonna dig in with my hands and just scoop it like a chip to see if I can't get the perfect bite. Oh, it could be a little hard though because they're just like crumbling. Oh, they're so good though. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm working with, guys. But I have a bean on there. I have a little bit of the coleslaw juice. And I definitely have a piece of brisket, so let's go. Definitely a napkin situation, but the barbecue, nice and flavorful. This is a sweeter barbecue than the last one, I will say that. The tiny bit of coleslaw that I did have on there, it is not like too creamy. Sometimes coleslaw can get a little weird, but this is good. The chip has that nice crunchiness, but as it sits under that brisket, it gets a little soggy, just enough to make it like moist in the mouth, delicious. And the beans, oh my goodness, the beans are very similar to that they had over at the smokehouse, I will say that. Unfortunately, she doesn't know about those. We won't tell her about that one, guys. We won't tell her about that one. Okay, here we are. We're gonna end up our tasting passport with a good old grilled cheese. This is gonna be delicious. Okay, and like that, guys, that is the last punch of the pass. So let's see what they got for us. Okay, we're trying out this, which is going to be a barbecue grilled cheese sandwich. Now, this is half of the sandwich. A typical sandwich would be $13.99 and would have, of course, more pieces, but today this is the tasting passport size. So we're gonna split this in half and both of us get a good bite to see what we think. Okay, so this is the last bite. I am so excited. It has been super fun coming out to Silver Dollar City and trying out all of the tasty treats for Bluegrass and Barbecue, but we gotta see what we think about this. Now, grilled cheese has a special place in my heart and in my stomach. So we're gonna see what I think and how this one compares to some that I've eaten in the past. This is again gonna be a barbecue grilled cheese with some nice brisket on it, a nice slather of butter, of course, to make it nice and toasty, and I cannot wait. This is gonna be great. Okay guys, this is what we're looking at. You can see there's a little bitty slab of the brisket in here. I can definitely see some melty yummy cheese and then some sauce, but let's open it up and get a little closer glance. Ooh, yum yum yum. This is about to be yummy yummy in my tummy. And cheers to the final bite of our tasting passport. This should be good. Okay, so my thoughts on this. This is a good grilled cheese for sure. I like that it is a dainty portion. This is perfect to end out because I was already getting kind of full. And I will say this, the Bluegrass and Barbecue, these serving sizes appear much larger than some of the other festivals. And because of that, there was no way that I could tackle this by myself. In fact, I mean, you saw, I had to bring a friend. Okay guys, so I finished it up. It was definitely a napkin situation. And I found out that she has never had a grilled cheese with the barbecue on it before. So what was your first impression?
It was really good.
Would you eat it again?
Absolutely would eat it again. In fact, next time I'm gonna take the bigger piece.
my cutting skills were not so good, guys. They just weren't, but you know, it's okay. Again, we can come back on another day and pick this up again, and you know, I just might, because I really liked this for a good finishing bite. If you are interested in doing a tasting passport, I definitely encourage you to check out the Bluegrass and Barbecue Tasting Passport, because, well, we only had 5 punches, but look at all of these options. There are so many things that you can indulge with, and each one of them fits the barbecue theme. From the smoked corn that we had to the tasty grilled cheese here at the end, I think today, all in all, was a good day to have a great day. And remember, guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. And, well, the Bluegrass and Barbecue Tasting Passport was definitely that. Till next time, guys, bye!